Okay. I want to start this video off by saying I have been behind on the UFL videos. I know. I did not get one out last week, and I did not get one out yesterday, but yesterday's was for a pretty good reason, considering this is totally not cope, but I was totally waiting to see whether DC would win the game and we would be in the playoffs or not. Totally. That's what totally happened. I'm totally not just a lazy ball of can't do anything. I totally just wanted to wait to see if we were making the playoffs, and I guess we did. But we're gonna get into all that and more. What I really want to start off with this video with, ABC and ESPN. You guys are one of the most stupid, horrible, and terrible programs I have ever seen for this sort of whatever happened. So there's 2 minutes in the game, right? There are 2 minutes left in the game. Luis Perez, the Arlington Renegades have the ball. They have the ball. And the announcer coming out all cheery is, hey guys, we gotta cut off because we gotta go to Game 7, not the Game 7 of the Nuggets and the Thunder, which of course I will 100% gonna watch, because that's going to be peak cinema. Since we gotta show the pre-show, the pre-show that nobody cares about, since we gotta show the pre-show, we're just gonna have to cut off the game. We gotta move it to ESPN 2. Guess what I don't have? Guess what I don't have, announcer? I don't have ESPN 2, because I don't have ESPN. ESPN does not work on my phone. Especially not ESPN 2. And I missed the whole thing. I was scrambling. I was looking all around. Totally legal methods. I was looking all around trying to get into ESPN 2 to watch the game. Last day I get in, the game's over. The game's over. And that is a complete embarrassment to the UFL. That is a complete embarrassment to your brand when you could easily grow the game by a lot. A lot of people are going to be tuning into Game 7, obviously. So they come in, oh, UFL game's on. Why not watch that? It's only going to take about 3-5 minutes, considering Arlington lost the game. You didn't need to do that. And then when I come in and I see what happened, this is an embarrassment on the Arlington Renegades' fault. I know I'm supposed to be talking about the Battlehawks right now, but this is. This dude, Luis Perez, with 6 seconds left, in field goal range, no timeouts. This man fakes a spike, throws a slant 5 yards, way too slowly.
Gonna get it quickly to the outside, and it's picked off. Can you believe that?
And it gets intercepted.
Mistake as DeAndre Baker jumps it.
See, now I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about that, because while the Defenders are now titleless at the top of the division, and I believe they have a tiebreaker, we're gonna see later. This put us in the playoffs. And this is why I'm making this video today. And this is totally the reason why I waited till today to make the video about the Battlehawks. Because I want to see whether we were making the playoffs or not. And guess what? We done it. We're in the playoffs. We're in the conference championship. Thank you to Luis Perez for being an absolute dummy. Faking a spike. Throwing this trash. What is this? A slant into the outside, and then it get picked off. Thank you for that, Luis Perez. Thank you for that. But it just all around, I don't know. But I'll see you over with the stat. Alright, so we're back on the Fox app like I always use. And while it isn't updated yet, the DC Defenders are 6-2, and they are currently leading the XFL conference, although right now that does not necessarily matter too much, considering the Week 10 game. But the Battlehawks and the Defenders are both qualified and have clinched for the playoffs, or the conference championship game, basically, since there's only 8 teams. The Battlehawks, of course, clinching on part of the Defenders and on part of the win yesterday against the Stallions, who are currently not leading their division, courtesy of us, of course. Now, the Battlehawks and Defenders, like I mentioned, will face off Week 10, the last week of the season, to decide whether it is an away game for the Battlehawks or a home game for the Battlehawks, although I think it might be a home game for them either way. And I say this because there's something up with the stadium, Audi Field, I believe. I think it's getting used for something on the conference championship day, and they won't be able to use it, so it might just be hosted in the Battlehawks Stadium either way. I'm not really too sure on that. However, you know, in the playoffs, it feels good, and especially after yesterday's win, which I'm covering now, of course. I could have covered it yesterday. And here's the real reason why I didn't cover it yesterday. It's because I was watching a thing called Eurovision, all right? And if you don't know what that is, or you know what it is and you don't watch it, do not watch Eurovision. It sucks. It is terrible. And those Europeans have no taste in music. But other than that, this was a really good, intense game. Turnovers across both teams. I mean, they both had 3, like it said. Really close game. Came down to the wire. Was it a 4th down stop? It was a 4th down stop, I believe. No, it wasn't a 4th down stop. I'm thinking of a different game. It was because of a fumble, a late fumble. I'm gonna show it to you, like, after I'm done spieling for a second here. But it was a late fumble against the running back of the Stallions. He's just trying to get some extra yards. They were in field goal range in 2, and they fumbled. We got the ball, and we won the game. Now, let me go take it over there to show it. All right, so this is a tad bit scuffed, but they're right near field goal range, and I believe they take a penalty to get out of field goal range. I think it was 1st and 10 from, like, the 40. They took a false start, and, you know, they got a yard back. It's, like, 2nd and 14. Oh, great. Now I need to go find it again. It's just an average running play, you know. Give it off to them.
And there it comes to Murray.
Ball forced out.
Fumble. Battlehawks
And the
believe they've got
Battlehawks
it.
land on it and win the game, which is not as insane as what happened today with the Renegades, but it's still an insane way to lose the game, and especially in the Dome, what a crucial sort of play or win. Just great from the defense. The defense was great the whole day. Okay, we're back. May as well go over the box score just shortly. This isn't a real review because, you know, I'm kind of a little late. Not much point to do this. But may as well, as you know, since we're here, may as well. Looking at the time of possession, 33-27. So Stallions won us on that. Not the best day for passing for us yesterday. We only had 102 passing yards for 21 on attempts. No passing touchdowns. This dude, Smith, had 3 passing touchdowns, which is, it looks good for them. But on the ground is where we won our day. 173 to 124 on 30 attempts each. And we had 3 rushing touchdowns, so it's only fair. Looking over at Max Duggan's QB stats, he wasn't necessarily the best. 12 for 21, 110, a bad interception. However, he had a really good day on the ground. 11 for 54, 2 touchdowns. Sailors obviously getting the other one, along with 118 yards on 16 attempts. That is great. Hakeem Butler, of course, star wide receiver, he caught 3 for 36, leading the pack. But Jackson also caught 2 for 36. Who really did better? Sutherland also caught 3 for 22, and Darby caught 1 for 13. Our interception came from O'Reilly with 3 total pass deflections, 3 tackle for losses, and 4 sacks, along with 2 forced fumbles, 2 forced fumbles and 2 recoveries. Both forced fumbles were by Feeney. Talupenu got one, and Jones I believe was the game-winning fumble that he got. But Jennings lost the fumble, Howard lost the fumble, and Duggan did fumble, but he didn't lose a fumble. So, a really good day on the defense, not the best day on the offense. And unfortunately, Blankenship did miss a field goal. However, he did not miss the field goal. The field goal was just centimeters short. It bounced off the crossbar. Call him Cody Parkey. It's a 58-yarder. It's very unfortunate. He's not going to have his perfect record anymore. However, it didn't cost us the game, so it's okay. May as well go over to check the Stallions. The second, Smith, 14 for 27, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. He had a great day, but just couldn't end up winning the game. Not the best day on rushing. Smith led with 45 on 10. Marable ran 10 for 40, and Pearson ran 9 for 39. For receiving, Kane led by a long shot with 2 touchdowns, 2 catches, and 115 yards. He pulled the Hakeem Butler. He caught 2 balls, caught 2 touchdowns, as long as 65, and he had 115 yards. Johnson catching the other touchdown on a 47-yard bomb. Every touchdown came off of a 45-yard plus throw, which is insane, to be the least. For their defense, Thomas got their interception, and they had only 1 sack with Roberts and Gates collabing on that. They had 5 pass deflections, though, which is great, and 3 tackles for losses. But then again, bad fumble day for them. This dude, Smith, the QB, he fumbled 3 times. Now, he only lost one. Which isn't too bad. But he fumbled 3 times, which is not good. Marable, the game-losing fumble, not good either. Ism and Goodrich both forced fumbles for them, and Tezino and Crowder got the fumbles for them. But not good day for Smith in terms of fumbles. And their kicker, Mevis, he's also only missed 1. He's 3 for 3, 44, 9 points. Good day for him. Quick recap over. Looking ahead, may as well. We have a pretty easy game, although you can't really say any game is easy in the UFL. There's a lot of parity. But we have a pretty easy game against the Promise. I don't think we'll lose that game. The Defenders play the Roughnecks, who are eliminated, but they're not a terrible squad, so it's possible that they lose that. And then Friday, May 30th, 8 p.m., I'll be out of school. It's going to be great. I'm a senior next year, so I'll get into that stuff a little bit later, of course. We'll get there when we get there, but yeah, I'll be out of school then. Which is good for content, but bad for content because there's nothing going on this summer, to be honest. But the Battlehawks and the Defenders in the biggest game of the season to decide who wins the conference and hosts the championship game is going to be Week 10. I believe, unless, the Defenders win, Battlehawks lose, and there's some other thing. I don't necessarily think that if we lose and they win next week, it's over in terms of us winning the division. It might be, but then I don't know whether we get an ABC or a Fox game. However, I would really not like an ABC game considering what happened today. And then the championship game, of course, June 14th. So anyways, I'll see you guys next week, of course, for the Battlehawks Browns game. And then, surprise, there's a video coming tomorrow. NFL standings, post-draft. Be there. I'll see you guys later, and peace.